Hello, this is Bruce with theballoonworld.com. Tonight I'm going to do Minnie Mouse. Prepared a couple things in advance because they're basic things that are simple. The first one is Minnie's body and her dress. And this is a 4-balloon bubble roll through. Oh, I'd say about 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches long. And these are about 3 or 4 inch flower petals on the bottom. Hello, this is Bruce with theballoonworld.com. Tonight I'm going to do Minnie Mouse. Prepared a couple things in advance because they're basic things that are simple. The first one is Minnie's body and her dress. And this is a 4-balloon bubble roll through. Oh, I'd say about 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches long. And these are about 3 or 4 inch flower petals on the bottom. Hello, this is Bruce with theballoonworld.com, and tonight I'm going to do Minnie Mouse. This is a Minnie that I did yesterday, so she's not as peppy as she might be, but this is what she's going to look like completed, only a little peppier, so that's what we're going to do tonight. It's Minnie Mouse. I'm prepared a couple things beforehand. With a pink 260, I made a 4 bubble roll through here on the top for her body, and 3 or 4 inch flower petals on the bottom. That's going to be her body. That's pretty simple, so I made that beforehand. I also made a bow for her hair. It's just a regular bow. These are flower petals about 3 fingers wide. And on the back of this, it's important that when you clip this off, or when you tie this balloon, to leave air in the balloon like this, so it's got air in it. You'll see why later. I made a nose for her that we'll use, and then we're going to make her hands later. And I made one of her hands beforehand, so we didn't have to make them both. Okay, I've got 2 black 260s, about 4 or 5 inches of tail, a white 260 for the second hand, a blush 260 with about 6 inches left, and a red 260 for her shoes with about 8 inches left. Make sure your balloons are really soft for this twist. It's pretty important that they are. So we'll start off by doing a marriage twist with the nose. So just tie those together like this, leaving a little bit of a string there. I mean, you want a little bit of length to do the marriage twist. Get rid of those, and then just poke this right down in here. And about 1 inch is okay, so that when it try that again. Balloon's a little soft. Here we go. Poke that right down in there. And grab a hold. And give me a little trouble here. There we go. Alright, this ought to do it. Not down in there like that. And then just twist it like that. Okay? You do the marriage twist. Well, that was hard. I didn't think it was my first time doing a marriage twist. Anyway. Okay, so after you do that, then you want to do about a 1.5 inch bubble and pinch twist. Okay, and what you've got when that's done is you've got Minnie's nose right here, and then her mouth right here down on the bottom. Okay, so with that, you want to take a black 260 and tie it in right here below the pinch twist that we just did. Then bring these 2 on the back, and these are going to be Minnie's eyes and the back of her head. So you don't want to be too big. I'd say just about 3 inches, 2.5 inches or 3 inches, and roll those together. And then do it again, as close to the same size as you just did as you can. And then just bring that down here, put them side by side, and then just twist them around like that. Okay, then you can straighten up the black balloon back, bring the nose around here in the mouth, and then you can see that we've got Minnie's eyes, nose, and her mouth right here. Okay, now on the side, what we're going to want to do now is you want to do 2 small bubbles, about 1 inch, and then you're going to bring those together and pinch tie those together at their bases. Twist them together right there at the base. Just like that. Okay, so the cheeks. And then bring it up. You just lost that pinch twist, so let's put it back. The one that goes below the nose. So we'll just, we can just repair that since we're coming across the bottom here. Alright. Okay, so we repaired that mouth part right there, as you see. And then make sure your balloon's nice and soft. And then 2 more small bubbles, about 1 inch. And make 2 more cheeks for her right there, like you do on the other side. Okay. Now don't twist, don't get rid of that beige yet. As you can see, we've got Minnie's face right here, her cheeks and nose, eyes, and mouth. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to take your black balloon and squeeze all the air out of it, right here down at the bottom, and then bring it up right through between the 2 balloons that are her cheeks. On this side. See, just like that. Just get the air out and put it through right there. Okay, and you're going to tie a bubble. It's about, 3 inches long, but you want to just tie it so it comes up about even with her hip. And then, after you do 2 bubbles, and twist those together at the base. And then we're just going to bring the black balloon over the top, like this, to make an ear. And what I do is just bring it over like this, and then until it's got about the right length right in there, and then just twist it in. Okay, so you've got ear number 1, and this balloon's going to come, but that's okay, out of the sight, because we can fix that and get both the ears done. So let's do now a 2-inch bubble in between. That's going to go across the top of the head. And then we just repeat that same movement together at their bases, and then come across them like this, come around, and until you get all the way around. And you can also kind of judge this as far as how big you want it, and if it matches the size of the other ear. So I just kind of take a look at the other ear and make sure my sizes are okay. And that's pretty good, pretty close to the same size. And then this is a little tight, so I'm just going to let a little bit of air out of this. This bubble on the other side, the one that we fished between, that we put between the cheeks. I want that to be the same length on both sides of the head. Is that right? And then tie that off. Once that's done, we can go down where we close the air and put it up there on top. Bring this over the top, just like that. And then we'll bring this end down here and put it right between the other 2 cheeks on this side. Just bring it through far enough that the knot will lock between here like that. And then a couple of twists around to make sure it stays. And tuck that right in there like that. Okay. Now we can straighten this out a little bit as soon as we put this twist back. Okay. And this is on top of Minnie's head. And they've got Minnie just like that. Okay, there's her face. Okay. So that went together pretty good. Alright, now let's take her the bow for her hair and just put it in right between her eyes and underneath the hair that went across her forehead. And you want to pull that right through the middle, like that. And pull it back as far as you can, and then just wind it through here and down around like this. And then the reason we left a little bit of air in it is because we're going to use this for her mouth. And you'll just want to bring this down and put it through just like that. Right down here where the bubble is between her nose and the mouth down at the bottom. And there you have her bow and her hair. Just like that. Now I'm going to also take a second and just a second. sorry about that. Needed to get my pens, and so so this can dry, I'm gonna put her eyes on right now. The way you do that is straight line across the bottom on both sides, and then come up and back down, up and back down like that, and then a little bit of black here, blacken in her, and then the same thing on the other eye. So she's looking to the side, and then we'll fill this in with white in a little while after that dries. After that dries. Okay. All right. Now let's put that aside for a minute and take her dress and one of the black 260s and pinch off a bubble that's about 6 inches long right here, and you want to put it right through. Just lost my balloon. Let's try that again. About 6 inches, I'd say. And just push that through between the two of the bubbles of the balloon bird body, and twist it just a little bit, because then now you're going to squeeze the air out of this and fish it down between these bubbles like this. Put it back in here and come out down on the bottom below her dress. Okay, and then just get that tucked back in there so it can't be seen. Alright, so we've got that just like that. This is going to become an arm later on, but first we're going to come down here and do everything else. Now, her legs aren't long, so you're going to want to just off a leg about that one. And then take a Ricky and start with about a 2-inch bubble. And clunky shoes, as you wears clunky high heels. After you twist that around like that, do a 1-inch bubble and a pinch twist. Okay, do 2 bubbles. These are the one going that way and one coming back. You're going to bring this around because it's going to go the other side. And we'll make our second. And now this is just sitting right here on top, this black 260, so you're just going to want to come right down here, pinch this off. It's a little bit shorter than that one's, and then bring it down where the two come together, drive it like this, and just like that. Okay, so you get here to the back, and then give it a bit of a twist to keep it in there. And then 1-inch bubble, a red one. 1 inch is going to be